here's the funny part, because if you guys haven't noticed this morning, and this has also been going around, it's all detractor shit. If these people think I'm dumb or something. So here's the new thing. Well, Phil, you're a bunch of whales, and these whales come by every day and they support you. So you should just let them dictate everything you do, because then obviously you'll stay in business, right? And here's the funny part about that. If you have an issue with people who like my content and come by and support it, all right? Number one, I know you're jealous. It's the truth. You're a jealous motherfucker who wishes that you had someone who liked you and your content and would actually come support you. That's the only reason you have an issue with someone coming by and being a big supporter of my content.
Ayo, DSP projecting here, jealous as ever. Even though the views for this 3-month-old content curator are outpacing DSP's channel, even though he has 200 times the subscribers than I do. This is my Q1 and he's been here 16 years. Yet let's look at all the healthy interaction over on my channel. I owe it all to yous. The crazy part is, based on how his number 1 went, I thought he was going to keep on going after the detractors, but nope, he lost it and he's going after his fans.
That's number 1. Okay, number 2, then if that's the case, then why don't you contribute too? Think about this, right? If the issue is that there's a bunch of people who come by every day and they support, but it's only a small group of people, well, then don't you think that if others supported, then it would negate that? Instead of sitting around and whining and complaining and saying, oh, I'm so upset that just a small group of people support Phil. Then if you came by every day and you said, well, I'd like you to do something different than what you're doing, and here's $5, to show you that there's effort towards that we would actually support other things than just the things that your whales come by to support, right? Then maybe it would change that. But instead, people just sit around whining. Like, these people on the internet are unbelievable. I swear, these are the most miserable people. They can't be happy for anyone. They can't enjoy anything. Instead, it's just how everything around them is wrong and unfair and, oh, deride it for this, bring it down for this, tear it down for this. Now, if you have an issue with the way that we got there, then change it. You change it, not me. I can't change it.
Well, it seems like Phil is now publicly acknowledging his channel is propped up by whales. And the reason they don't is, what's the point? He's hit a critical mass situation with his wage quitting. Small-time donators don't want to contribute on day 1 gameplay because there's zero guarantee there will be a day 2. Whales don't want to contribute on day 1 because then they will be held responsible on day 2. He created this, he can absolutely change it, but you heard it's become a we situation now.
Nothing has a point. There's no point. Even if I have 5,000 people today who give me $1, or if one person gave me $5,000, it doesn't matter. You understand that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how we get there. It's that you get there. And then what content you put out in the meantime, is it fun? Is it entertaining? Is it positive? Right? That's what matters. As long as I'm working and putting out good content and I got people coming by and supporting me, I don't care how we get there. To contribute and I hit my goals, I still hit my goals. I can't make a certain person show up and contribute or not contribute. So the fact that anyone tries to hold that against me as a fact of like, oh, you're failing or you're doing well, none of that makes any sense. You're a moron. And no one should have issue with that either. Who cares? Who's contributing, who's not contributing? How does this have anything to do with me or anyone's power? It doesn't. Like, and why is it your business? Does anyone who's a successful streamer, does everyone go and look at all of their finances to see who specifically contributed what and how many? No, only me. Because again, hyper-focused, over-obsessed people, no lives, no jobs, no anything going for them, just sitting around on the internet being toxic all day. Okay? It's fucked up.
Did the school he got his mature business degree from not teach the business fundamentals of customer concentration? Check out the screen if this is a concept you may not be aware of or want to brush up on. It absolutely matters, because with a high customer concentration comes great risk. If one of them goes bye-bye, so does Phil. But what business is it of ours, says the smug business owner as he scrolls the exact information at the bottom of the screen, with a font that looks all squished. Not only do I have a job, it comes with a really good health insurance and multiple retirement plans. Unlike your job, Philip. Anywho, that rant went on for another 4 minutes, so I'll spare you that. Finally, one of the whale's tips with a scripted question to distract the king from his own rantings.
First tip of the day is $5.02. Let me go ahead. Here we go. Thank you for the $5 tip. Let's read what it says first. Man, what the fuck was this past year? I know your game of the year countdown is today, and I don't typically tip, but I wanted to offer my 2 cents and $5. Did we get a single game in 2024 that was genuinely new and good? There was a gazillion sequels. There was a metaphor, and I guess, but that is just kind of like medieval Persona. The Indiana Jones game and Marvel Rival games are both cool, but they're basically licensed titles. Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade were good, but not that good. Is the best example actually Balatro? Really, a card game? Wait, I've got it. Maybe the best game of the year was a hermit crab. What the hell happened to the industry? From Disgruntled Grammar. Disgruntled Grammar. I mean, yeah, to be honest, like I've talked about, I do feel that last year was incredibly underwhelming for games. I just, I feel like the industry let us down when it came to all the big releases that we were hyped for. Most of them weren't very good, or if they were just underwhelming. Games that were question marks, like Star Wars Outlaws and stuff, just weren't very good. And then we did have some solid entries. We had some shocking entries. See, the thing is, I don't really want to mention it because tonight is my top 10 best playthrough, or excuse me, top 20 best playthroughs countdown. So I kind of don't want to spoil what I'm going to say are the best things of the year. Definitely another Crab's Treasure, which is what he was referencing, or she was referencing there.
We're going to skip right past how he didn't have to sit there in silence and pre-read such a long tip. The tipper was known. Since when does the king, a former proud ally after removing that slide, need to worry about misgendering someone or some kind of drink? Is it because he has such a high customer concentration he can't risk losing them?
What it is with these people is they've created a vicious cycle. They realize that if they sit around and create toxicity around me, then the content gets made. They make money on it. Then I can't become a bigger content creator because anyone who comes by to hang out with me and enjoy my stuff gets harassed by people on the internet because there's a ton of content out there that says I'm a bad person. Even though it's all slanderous and defamatory and false, doesn't matter because it's a vicious cycle. As long as they keep making me look like a horrible person, they make money, they get popularity, and then more people believe it, and then more people harass my viewers and fans, and the cycle continues.
It sounds like you're the one putting your fans at risk by making content that you force them to support.
Yeah, listen, Copeem says, imagine tracking someone down at their place of business and yelling at them because earlier in the day they bought a ham sandwich somewhere. Who cares? You're right. You're absolutely right. Like, think of it this way. Actually, this would probably be a real life example. Let's say for some reason you're very anti-Christian. This is just a hypothetical. Let's say you're very anti-Christian. So you sit outside of the local Chick-fil-A because you know that Chick-fil-A is owned by Christians, okay? You watch someone buy a chicken sandwich. You watch them eat the chicken sandwich and enjoy it. And then you follow them home. And outside of their house, you start a protest and say, down with this person, they ate the Christian chicken sandwich. Or you go to their place of work and you start harass. Did you know that someone inside that building ate a Christian chicken sandwich? Like, what? What are you talking about? That's how these people act. Someone came to Phil's stream, tossed them $5 because they like his content, and then they went about their merry way in the rest of their life. And then you left the stream and followed them to their social media, to their personal accounts, to their real life content, to their real life stuff. And you harassed them because they donated $5 to Phil. What? But I'm the one who's crazy. I'm the one who's in the wrong because I make content, because I stream, because I enjoy my life, because I like games, because I hang out with people. I'm the problem? No. Sorry, you've exposed yourselves. You're the fucking problem. You're the weirdos, not me.
And wow, there's a lot to unpack there. First off, the sandwich thing, there are a bunch of reasons people don't do that. If you notice, people don't really do that to Chick-fil-A customers, they don't do it to my viewers, and outside of some fringe examples, I don't really think it happens to Phil's viewers either. Although it is a convenient excuse to use every time he runs off one of his customers. Either he pulls a 1 Minute Man or a King Be Cruel rant, or they see archive footage of him on the detractor channels. All roads lead back to Phil. The detractors might have made it an expressway, but it's always DSP who's his own biggest detractor. Even though, not gonna lie, I kinda wish I was. And boy am I getting there with all of your hearty support. All the likes, comments, and subs have helped immensely, and if you like this one, doing it all over again would be much appreciated. Deuces.